16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
The exclusive franchisee of Cochin Kala Bhavan in Bahrain, with over a decade of existence in Bahrain. Exclusive online regular classes have started for classical dances, music vocal, instrumental music, cinematic dance, Kathak, Zumba body fitness, karate and yoga, drawing, arts and craft, children's theatre. For more information, please call 3909 6845 3909 4806 38 85 2397.
Tale of grit, resilience and persistence. An Indian who made us proud at Birmingham when he emerged winning the All England Open Badminton Tournament in 2001, the second after Prakash Padukone in 1980. One who has to his credit the Arjuna Award for outstanding performance in sports and games, the second highest sporting honor of India, the Dhronacharya Award for outstanding coaches in sports and games, and India's third highest civilian honor, the Padma Bhushan. It's a very special occasion for Team Bahrain Media City as we host a legendary guest in our studios today on the segment The Talk, an evening with a celebrity, iconic Indian shuttler Pullela Gopichand. Good evening, Mr. Gopichand. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much for taking time to join us amidst this busy schedule. I know you're here for a short visit. Let me quickly jump into this evening chat. Let me get into the very first question of this evening chat. What brings you to Bahrain?
Well, the badminton players and the potential brings me here.
Okay.
We are here to start a center of the Gulf Badminton Academy, which I mentor,
Okay.
to be part of the India club here in Bahrain. I do see that a lot of Indian players across the world, Indian people across the world have an interest in sport, and they aspire, and not necessarily people who are living in the country but outside as well. And the idea to come here is to ensure that they have a proper system where they can have pathways to reach and achieve or fulfill their dreams.
Right. For how many days are you here?
I'm just here on a very short trip. It's a one-day trip which I am here. So
Okay,
I just came in last evening and I'll be leaving in today.
Okay, so these are some precious moments for Bahrain Media City. We are indeed privileged. And let me ask you, how do you look at such initiatives like the Gulf Badminton Academy outside India, especially in the Middle East?
Well, the kind of the number of people who are NRIs who are living outside of the country, people who have actually come here for jobs, or I think that number is huge, and especially in the Gulf there are a lot of Indians who are there. And badminton as a sport has grown over the last few years, and a lot of people aspire to be top players or to aspire to have a dream or a career in the sport. So it's only but natural that the people who are playing here or who are living here have a chance to play and represent the country and be part of the badminton progress, and I do believe that that potential is immense here, and that's why.
The story of Mr. Gopichand's progress from wheelchair back to a badminton court is a true testament of soulful passion. The knee surgeries that could have doused the spirit of an ordinary player proved otherwise with a man who was committed to the sport that he took to right from his younger days in life. He won his first national badminton championship title in 1996 and went on to win the title 5 times in a row until 2000. He won 2 gold medals and 1 silver medal at the Indian National Games in 1998. At the international level, he represented India in 3 Thomas Cup tournaments. In 1996, he won a gold in the SAARC badminton tournament at Vijayawada and defended his crown in the next games held at Colombo in 1997. At the 1998 Commonwealth Games, he won a silver in the team event and a bronze in men's singles. In 1999, he won the Towlers Open Championship in France and the Scottish Open Championship in Scotland. He also emerged as a winner at the Asian Satellite Tournament held at Hyderabad in the same year and lost in the final match of the German Grand Prix Championship. And talking about you, the player, reading about you, you've been very passionately into the sport. Though you started off with cricket, you took to badminton, and later you've been a coach. So, coach to some of the world champions, the metal of the kind. How do you look at the evolution or the mindset of badminton in India?
Well, I think the sport has grown tremendously back from the days when I was playing to now. I think the number of people who are playing the sport has grown tremendously. The infrastructure for the sport has grown. The aspiration of the people has grown in terms of the players. They believe that they can achieve big results. We also have the country, as in the government, the corporates, the NGOs, general parents in the population are believing that they have a career in sport. And I think that's where I think what we are seeing is a badminton revolution in the country and a sporting revolution in the country is actually happening. So at all fronts the sport has grown, and we are seeing the results of it as well. I think consistently we have, in the last 10-12 years, we've been always there in the podium finishes at the major events, and I'm sure that in the future also we'll have many more medals and many more players. But today, infrastructure wise, people playing the sport has grown tremendously.
Great. What in your definition is success, and what is your success formula? And being a coach, do you think a one size fits all matches?
Well, I think success for different people would mean different things. But having seen kids all around and also the way in which we categorize sport means that only a few are going to win in the sport. So for me, success would be each kid trying to be the best of what they can be, each one getting up in the morning and trying to be better at what they're doing, each one trying to better their mistakes and push their body and not give up. I think these are the things which are for me great successes. They're not necessarily winning medals, because somebody who might win medal but underachieve his potential is not really a success in my opinion. But people who actually go out there and in spite of difficulties come out on top, pushing yourself and not giving up and having a positive attitude towards life and the sport, I think are great people, and they are the successful ones. Yes, even for one person, the success mantra or the definition or the way to success could be very different at different parts of times in his life. And I evolved a lot, or I got a lot of benefit from the coaches who coached me. My first coach, Hamid Hussain sir, just didn't teach me much of the sport as in, but he teach me how to love the sport, or he made me enjoy the sport. I think that was important. That was what success was at that time for him, for me, because the first steps, it was important that I am invested into the sport. The second step was about discipline, whether it's Arif sir, whether it's my Chinese coach Wang Xiaomin. I think these are people who actually pushed, and there was discipline and structure which was important, and that was the success, to be just sticking to a routine and doing stuff over and over again and being disciplined about it in your life, not only in playing but also in your food, in your rest, in your thinking. All of those things were success at that point of time. The third phase was where you need to aspire to or dream of or need to push the barrier, and I think that I've been successful thanks to the coaches who I had, people like Prakash sir who has been very inspirational, and also people like Ganguly Prasad who walked along the path and then helped me achieve the success. So I think in a lot of ways for me, when I look at these at different paths, different times in your career, you might look at things very differently. As a player and as a coach, I think it's very important to support those needs at those times.
Great. What a great answer of defining success from all it's a holistic definition of success. Thank you for that. Thank you for taking that time. Mr. Gopichand's intent to create a world-class badminton training center in India resulted in the Pullela Gopichand Badminton Academy in Hyderabad, Telangana, India. Founded in 2008, the facility trains several badminton players including champions Saina Nehwal, P.V Sindhu, Srikant, Kidambi and many others. Mr. Gopichand married fellow badminton player P.V Lakshmi in 2002, and the couple has two children, daughter Gayatri and son Vishnu. Your on-court aggressiveness, it's a much debated thing, and you yourself have agreed to it. But as a coach, did you or do you popularize or teach this strategy or style? Do you recommend it?
I think aggressiveness is good. I think to have all your...
Sorry, in between, it was interesting to read that one of your doctors said, go ahead with your aggressiveness. I'm here to operate your knee how much ever you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was an interesting read.
I think for me, back in the day, around 93, 94, when sports medicine and orthopedics and surgeries were in the norm, I had an ACL tear when I was about 19 years old.
Okay.
So to come out of the surgery, we didn't have so-called physiologist or a psychologist or a physiotherapist in that sense working on you. So the doctor would actually be the one who was doing all that, and I was very fortunate to have a doctor like Dr. Ashok Rajgopal who actually did that for me. So he was a great doctor, of course, but he was a great psychologist in some sense, because he just told me, Gopi, you just go out there and play.
I think he got the passion in you and he tailored it to your passion, if I'm right. Am I right?
Yeah, I think he just saw what I needed. He wanted me, because he knew I trusted him, and then he just said that you go out there and just play the way you are. and if you break your leg, you come back again and I'll suture it, and you're not giving up. So I think that gave me a lot of confidence.
Yes.
So it was one on the physical side to be better through the surgery, but on the mental side, the reassurance that you can jump on that leg which is twisted, and then you can do it again without actually having a fear of it, I think was very important, and hats off to him for actually being there for me at that point of time when it was most needed.
Great.
And as far as on-court aggressiveness is concerned, I think it's very important that you're aggressive, but you're not angry. Anger is a different thing, and aggressiveness is an anger. You can fake body language, you can fake body language to get better. It is also, or to show the opponent that I am not giving up. Those are important things, because you have to play those mind games as well. But to be angry is not good. Yes, you have to, anger has a place. If you've messed up in your preparation and if you've lost, it's important to be angry so that you don't do the same mistakes again. But on court, it is supremely important that you're calm and you do what is right for that moment. And that's all that's needed. You can have whatever emotion outside of it, but I think on the court it's important to be clear what you're supposed to do at that moment of time, and it is only comes out of a calm mind. It cannot come out of an angry mind.
Right. Well, autobiographies of celebrities can be of inspiration, and there is a certain style to it, but some people choose a different style, and you are one among them. Your autobiography, Shuttler's Flick, has followed a different style. I remember reading that you have said you don't want it to be something that is a kind of preaching, and you had a style of its own with anecdotes and episodes. Tell us more about Shuttler's Flick, please.
Well, I think the idea to have the Shuttler's Flick written was not necessarily my idea. People who were very close to me, one of them Seshi, who is a dear friend, he had said that, Gopi, your story needs to be told, because he was somebody who has followed me and who has been part of my journey in some sense for many years. And he said, I know this author who writes in a certain manner, Priya, and you should actually get your biography written by her. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And it was not my intention primarily to start off with, but I think I got invested into it thanks to the energy and the enthusiasm which Shashi and Priya Kumar had actually put in. And I'm glad and happy that it's come out the way it is, because it kind of gets the author Priya Kumar to actually give her perspective as a third person, and I think it gives takeaways at the end of each chapter, which I think have been people have said that it's been very useful.
Great. And it's indeed great to have you here. I know you have a very tight schedule, and can I have your wrapping comments, please?
I think it's wonderful to be here in Bahrain. I think Bahrain Media Center here, it's a wonderful place, and so happy to meet all of you here and interact. And I do believe that today sport across the country has grown, and thanks to the initiatives of the Government of India, whether it's the Khelo India, Fit India, or the TOPS scheme, or the national games being renewed, I think a lot of initiatives actually come up today, and things like the Prime Minister interacting with all of us before and after big events has actually lifted the mood of sport in the country. The champions have helped tremendously. The successes at the Commonwealth Games, at the Tokyo Olympics, definitely has the entire country's population in some sense thinking that sport could be a career for us. And it's great at this moment of time. What I thought would take many years has come around in a very few years, and I do believe that the people living outside of India should not be losing out on that. And I do hope that our India Club here, where our center is going to be helpful for many such aspiring kids.
Let's hope for the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was ace badminton player Pullela Gopichand with us this evening on The Talk, an evening with a celebrity from BMC Global Life, and this is Raji Unnikrishnan signing off. Good night.
Taking time to be with us. A small token of appreciation. I will call upon Francis Taylor, the Chairman and Managing Director of Bahrain Media City, and also Team Eden Club and GBA Team Junaid. Please join on stage.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.